There comes a day in life when something stirs inside you, a quiet pull that cannot be ignored, a feeling that something bigger is waiting just beyond the horizon of your current life. It's the kind of pull that wakes you before the alarm, the kind that makes your heart beat faster, the kind that whispers even in the quiet moments of your morning, "You are meant for more." Most people never hear this call, or if they do, they push it aside, thinking it's just a fleeting thought or a fantasy. They drift from one day to the next, carried by circumstance, shaped by habit, and often defined by the expectations of others. They wait for opportunity to appear, for luck to knock, for someone to notice them. But the truth is that opportunity is rarely handed to those who wait. It favors those who are awake, aware, and ready to move when the future calls. And that call, when it finally comes, is not gentle. It is magnetic. It does not whisper. It pulls. It reaches across time, across doubt, across fear, and touches the present with a clarity so powerful that you cannot help but feel drawn toward it. This pull is what I call a compelling future. It is a vision so vivid, so magnetic, that it reaches into today and says, "Come forward, move, step into what you are capable of becoming." Unlike vague goals, which feel distant and optional, a compelling future exerts force. It drags you across fatigue, over hesitation, through obstacles and past excuses. When your future is vivid, discipline is no longer a burden. It becomes joy. Challenges transform into stepping stones, and the grind becomes preparation for the life you already see in your mind's eye. The clearer the picture, the stronger the pull. And the truth is, most people live with a blurry picture of their future, if they have one at all. They say they want more money, better health, stronger relationships, or more freedom. But without clarity, those desires float in the air like balloons untethered, moving wherever circumstance pushes them. The world is full of whispers, but life is too loud and demanding to follow whispers alone. You need a vision that shouts. You need a future that grabs you and refuses to let go. Think about what it would feel like to wake up every morning pulled forward by such a vision. Not pushed, pulled. Imagine a day so exciting, so magnetic, that the alarm clock is irrelevant, that even the weight of fatigue or the monotony of routine cannot hold you back. That is the power of a future designed with intention. It is not about wishing. It is not about hoping. It is about seeing clearly, mapping the life you want, and aligning your present actions with that image. When the picture is vivid, the pull is irresistible, and suddenly, small actions that once felt tedious, reading a book, saving money, exercising, learning a skill, become joyful investments. Every step toward that future feels purposeful. Every sacrifice feels meaningful. Discipline is no longer a punishment but a doorway, and the grind itself transforms into a process that prepares you for what you already know is coming. But let me be clear, the future does not wait for those who are passive. It moves regardless of your attention. Every day you drift, every habit you neglect, every hour spent distracted, designs your future by default. That future may be comfortable, it may be safe, but it will not be extraordinary. It will be average. It will be predictable. And if you are honest, average is not what excites you. Average does not pull at your soul. Average is quiet. Average whispers. And whispers, in a life so demanding, are easily drowned out. If you want to create a life that matters, a life that pulls you forward instead of you chasing it, you have to design it. You have to see it. You have to feel it. You have to put it into words. Not vague words, but precise, detailed, living words that describe every aspect of the life you want to create. So where do you start? You start by asking yourself the most important questions of your life. What do you want? Who do you want to become? What kind of relationships do you want to have? What legacy do you want to leave? What adventures do you want to experience? And when you answer these questions, do not settle for half measures. Do not allow yourself to draw only part of the picture. Partial vision has no pull. A detailed, vivid, full-color vision is the kind that drags you forward over obstacles, across fatigue, and beyond doubt. The human mind responds to images, not abstractions. When you see clearly what your future looks like, your emotions align with action. When the picture is sharp, your heart says, "This is worth it. This is why I endure. This is why I move." Now, most people hesitate at this point. They say, "But what if I fail? What if it doesn't happen?" And I will tell you this, the greater risk is not in failure, it is in not trying. To avoid failure is to accept mediocrity. To never reach is to ensure that you land exactly where you are now, unchanged, unsatisfied, and regretful. Reaching and missing still brings growth. Reaching and failing still brings lessons. Reaching and striving builds character. But not reaching at all guarantees stagnation. The ground is certain, but the stars are beyond your grasp only if you never stretch your hands toward them. And here is the most important principle. The future responds to the person you become, not just to the hopes you hold. Waiting for luck is a false strategy. Hoping for someone to notice you or for circumstances to align is a false comfort. Real transformation begins when you change your skills, your habits, and your mindset to meet the demands of the life you envision. Your future is not a lottery. It is a result. Your skills are the blueprint, your habits are the bricks, and your philosophy is the foundation. Build weak philosophy and your house collapses. Build strong philosophy, and every effort compounds into an unshakable structure that can withstand storms, resistance, and fatigue. Philosophy is simply the set of beliefs you live by. If your beliefs are shallow, small errors repeated daily accumulate into disaster. If your habits are disciplined, small victories repeated daily accumulate into fortune. The soil of life always returns what you plant. Every choice, every hour, every dollar, every conversation, every book you read is a seed. They do not disappear. They grow. Neglect allows weeds to flourish. Intentional effort builds a harvest. If you want a future that pulls, you must plant intentionally. Do not mistake survival for growth. The goal of scraping by, of just getting through, has no pull. It attracts just enough to survive and nothing more. But a future designed for abundance, contribution, health, knowledge, and adventure stretches you. And in that stretch lies magic. Desiring wealth, health, and wisdom is not greedy. It is responsible. When you grow yourself, you increase your ability to give. When you strengthen your body, you increase your ability to serve. When you expand your mind, you increase your capacity to lead. Contribution, joy, and impact require preparation, alignment, and vision. Imagine life as a ship crossing the vast ocean. The wind will not always favor you. There will be storms, delays, and obstacles. But the question is not whether the wind blows, it always will. The question is whether your sails are set, whether your direction is chosen, whether your actions align with your vision. If the sails are set and the rudder is steady, resistance becomes fuel. Obstacles become evidence of progress, not signs to quit. Every challenge strengthens you. Every test prepares you. Every struggle shapes you into the person capable of living the future you designed. This is why clarity is power. Without it, discipline feels heavy. Without it, effort feels random. But when clarity meets consistent action, motion becomes unstoppable. Every small step compounds. Every page you read, every dollar you save, every mile you walk, every habit you build is a vote cast for the future you are creating. The pull begins to grow. Excuses fall away. Distractions lose their power. You no longer follow the world. You are being drawn toward your own greatness. And the truth is, the future does not wait. Time moves relentlessly. If you do not design it, drift carries you by default, and the life you wanted fades into one you never intended. Every day you wait, every choice you postpone, the pull of your future weakens, and regret grows. But if you act, if you define, if you commit, you harness a force more powerful than motivation. The magnetic pull of a life that is unmistakably yours. Today, the pull can begin. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after some imaginary perfect season. Today. Begin to define what you want. Write it down. Make it concrete. Make it vivid. Sketch every corner of your future in detail. Income, health, relationships, learning, contribution, adventure. Make the picture alive. Once you do, the pull begins subtle at first, then unstoppable. The future starts to chase you. The days of drifting end. Discipline becomes joy. Challenges become fuel. The grind becomes preparation. You are no longer chasing life, you are being drawn into it. This is the essence of a compelling future. It begins as a vision, grows with clarity, strengthens with habit, and becomes irresistible with momentum. Pulls you through fatigue, doubt, and obstacles. It transforms every action into purpose. It turns every small step into progress. And it starts now, the moment you choose to design, the moment you decide that drifting is no longer acceptable, the moment you refuse to be passive in the face of the life that awaits you. There comes a day when you wake up before the alarm, not because something is forcing you, but because something inside you is pulling you forward. That pull is stronger than any push, stronger than any fleeting motivation, because it comes from a future so vivid, so magnetic, that it reaches across time and touches the present. It whispers and shouts all at once. Come on, let's go. That is the essence of a compelling future. A life so clear in your mind that the steps to get there no longer feel like sacrifice or discipline. They feel like destiny. Most people live without this pull. They drift. They survive, but they don't thrive. Vague goals are whispers. They don't shout, they don't excite, and life is too demanding to follow whispers. You need a vision so alive that it wakes you up before the sun rises, that keeps your mind racing late into the night, that makes discipline effortless because the reward is no longer distant. It is immediate in your imagination. The clearer you make the picture of your future, the stronger its pull. If the vision is fuzzy, your energy will remain scattered. If it is sharp, if it is rich in detail, you cannot resist moving toward it. Take a moment and ask yourself, what do you want your life to look like 10 years from now? Don't answer with vague statements about being happy or being successful. Paint a full picture. Your health, your wealth, your relationships, your contribution, your adventures. Imagine the mornings, the rooms, the sounds, the smells, the faces of the people you love. See yourself not just surviving, but thriving, not just existing, but creating, not just chasing, but being chased by your own future. And here is the truth about the future. It is already speaking to you. It is already shaping your life by default, whether you like it or not. If you do not consciously design it, it will be designed for you. It will pull you toward disappointment, fatigue, and regret. But if you build it intentionally, if you sketch it in detail, if you breathe life into it with words and images, it will pull you toward abundance, health, joy, and fulfillment. Most people wait for luck. They hope someone will notice them, that the right opportunity will fall into their laps. Luck is not a strategy. Hope without action is a false comfort. True change comes when you yourself change, when your skills, your habits, and your mindset evolve to meet the demands of the future you desire. Your skills are the blueprint, your habits are the bricks, and your philosophy is the foundation. If the foundation is weak, nothing you build will withstand the pressure. But if the foundation is strong, the walls rise, the roof holds, and the doors open. Philosophy is simply the set of beliefs you live by. Small errors repeated every day create disaster, while small disciplines repeated every day create fortune. The soil doesn't lie. You reap exactly what you plant. Every conversation, every hour, every book, every dollar is a seed. You may not see it now, but it is growing. Neglect alone is enough for weeds to take over. Intentional effort, repeated consistently, becomes destiny. Too many people set their goals too low. They say, if I can just scrape by, I'll be satisfied. Survival has no pull. Mediocrity attracts just enough to survive. But when you set a future of abundance, of learning, of joy, of contribution, you stretch yourself, and it is in that stretch that growth and magic happen. Desire for wealth, health, and wisdom is not greed. It is responsibility. Without strength, without knowledge, without resources, you cannot fully give to others. When you grow, you create a life capable of generosity, impact, and meaning. Imagine your life as a ship crossing the ocean. The wind will not always be in your favor. There will be storms, delays, obstacles. But the question is not whether the wind blows. The question is whether your sails are set, whether your direction is chosen, whether your philosophy, habits, and vision are aligned. If you set the sails and adjust as the winds shift, even resistance becomes fuel. Obstacles are not signs to stop. They are proof you are moving forward, that the journey is real, that growth is happening. Once you see your future clearly, the pull becomes unstoppable. Discipline no longer feels like punishment, it feels like preparation. Study, save, exercise, practice, learn, create, reflect. Every action aligns with your future. Each day, each habit, each decision is a vote for the life you are building. Track your progress. Count your pages, your steps, your dollars, your achievements. What gets measured gets improved. Without clarity, discipline feels heavy. Without discipline, clarity is hollow. Together, they create motion, they create pull, they create destiny. Do not wait for tragedy to wake you up. Do not wait for a health scare, financial collapse, or personal loss. Let vision wake you before disaster forces you to act. Let the magnetic pull of your future get you out of bed early, keep you up at night, and guide every choice you make. Decide today. Take responsibility. Set your sail. Draw your map. Choose the path of design rather than drift. Delay is a silent thief of dreams. Drifting is easy, but it leads downhill. Design takes effort, courage, and clarity, but it leads upward to strength, success, and significance. Your future is not an accident. It is the result of design, of consistent action, of small disciplines multiplied over years. There are 2 lives 10 years from now. One of regret, fatigue, and broken promises. Another of abundance, health, meaningful relationships, and contribution. The difference is not luck, chance, or fate. The difference is responsibility, intention, and consistent alignment with a vision that pulls you forward. Every morning, every decision, every step counts. The push of today is weak. The pull of a compelling future is irresistible. Obstacles will come, and they are not your enemies. They are your gym, your training ground, your proof that you are moving in the right direction. The bigger the vision, the bigger the obstacles, and the bigger the reward. Each challenge strengthens you. Each delay teaches patience. Each struggle builds the person capable of living the life you imagine. Gratitude for the obstacles is a mark of maturity. They do not block you, they shape you. A compelling future is not partial. It is complete. Wealth alone without health leads to emptiness. Success without contribution leads to isolation. Knowledge without action leads to frustration. Relationships without intention lead to loneliness. Adventure without discipline leads to disappointment. Every part of life matters, and when all parts are designed together, the pull becomes multidirectional, unstoppable, and magnetic. Write your vision down. Make it concrete. Make it measurable. Describe your income, your health, your daily habits, your family, your contributions, your adventures. Do not leave it to chance. Do not rely on memory. Put it on paper in living color. Make it visible. Once you do, the future begins to speak back, whispering, urging, and calling you forward. Excuses are useless. Tear them up. Throw them out. Replace them with vision, with action, with momentum. The future does not wait. Time moves regardless. If you do not design it, it will design itself. Drift and you end up somewhere you never wanted. Design and the pull becomes irresistible. The future will chase you, not the other way around. Small daily disciplines accumulate into massive results. Reading, saving, learning, reflecting, exercising, creating, contributing. Each is a vote for the life you intend to live. There comes a day when the pull is so strong, when the vision is so vivid, that discipline is no longer a burden but a joy. You will rise before the alarm, work through fatigue, overcome doubt, and keep moving when the world would tell you to stop. This is the life of someone who does not wait for permission, for opportunity, or for luck. This is the life of someone who chooses. This is the life of someone pulled forward by a future they designed. It begins today, not tomorrow, not next week. One decision, one step, one habit at a time. You cannot escape the future. It will come. The only question is, will it be the one you designed or the one that happened to you? Take the pen, draw the picture, set the sail, and begin. The pull of a compelling future is waiting.